Pine Valley Golf Club's O. Gordon Brewer Jr. is a prominent fixture in the Golf Association of Philadelphia's history. He captured amateur titles in 1967 and 1976, as well as the Senior Amateur Championship in 1997, which earned him Player of the Year honors that year. He is a veteran of 42 USGA championships, a two-time U.S. Senior Amateur Champion, and the 2009 Bob Jones Award recipient. In the following, Brewer discusses his golf career and the unforgettable moments that defined it.
I played the other sports in high school, and no one in the family played golf. My introduction to golf was at the age of 19 at a local driving range, which was only about a mile from the house. I went down and began to hit some golf balls at the driving range, and the proprietor of the driving range said, "Would you like to go play?" And I said yes, and he took me out and we played the local municipal course in Winston-Salem. And that was my introduction to the game of golf. When I went to college, I played in high school. I played largely basketball and baseball, and did reasonably well at the high school level with basketball, and went to college on a small basketball scholarship, but ended up making the team, but not being able to make the transition from high school to collegiate basketball at a high level. And with the interest that I had in golf, I switched, and I was fortunate. At Guilford College, we had a decent golf team. We had really one outstanding player who did very well at national level, got to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Amateur, Pat Forey Brady. But developed and was able to make the golf team the last 2 years at Guilford, and just really fell head over heels in love with the game. I wasn't a particularly good player, but I could pretty consistently play in the mid 70s, which was adequate for the college team that I was part of there at Guilford. From the outset, Marty, golf had enormous appeal to me, and that's the reason that I was able to develop. I didn't begin with anyone really, any teacher. It was more observing and playing, but hitting a lot of balls and practicing and devoting a lot of energy to it. I've been so blessed with the game. Go back to the Golf Association. I finished college in mid-year. I had dropped out of college for one semester to help my dad, who had started a business and was fighting some health issues. And so I finished in the end of December, moved up here in 1960, and Old York Road Golf Club was gracious enough to allow me to join as a junior member, because I really didn't have, I was just starting out, young family, and so I didn't have much wherewithal. So the junior membership was just terrific, and I will always be grateful to Old York Road for giving me the privilege of joining the club. But that was my introduction to the Golf Association of Philadelphia, and it was through the Suburban League matches. And to my knowledge, there's no other association that has a competition among clubs at that level. I love those matches. I played in them for so many years. But back then, Peg Burnett was the executive director of the Golf Association, and obviously I think from the outset of my memory of the Golf Association, it's always been first class. But it's grown. It's grown dramatically, and Jim Sykes followed Peg, and then Mark, and the current staff you have, and the number of people that you engage as volunteers. There's just so much happened in the game of golf in this area, and I think this, if you enjoy golf, this is a fantastic area to happen to be present, and because if you look at the quality of the golf courses, the Golf Association, I think they're both pretty close to the best there is. I recall it, I still have some vivid memories of that. My playing career really just didn't really begin until the previous year. It was 1966 was the first year I had any success. I was medalist for the Philadelphia Amateur in 1966. Prior to that, I'd done nothing. And and I got to the semifinals in '66. And then in '67, played very well at Torresdale Frankfurt. Harvey Smith back then was a really terrific amateur player, and heavily favored in the match. And I played some really good golf that day, and as I remember, it was a match that ended up, I think it was 2-up. I know it went to the 36th hole. And I remember the drive. I remember the 8-iron I hit into the 18th green. I can still mentally see, and recall that day. I think it will be forever etched in memory. Each of the major championships, and to me the Philadelphia Amateur is a major championship. Each of them are very special, but the first one. One thing I think it's so important is the character of the ladies and gentlemen that play the game. As I've said on many other occasions, I cannot say for certain that golf builds character, but it jolly well shows who has character. And for the most part, I think people don't look to consider themselves any better because they won a championship. Yes.
He was a great player in his own right.
Yeah, Duke was a terrific player, and again was, he had that match well in hand, and I know I birdied the 36th hole to win one up. The 18th at Philly Cricket, which is a very strong finishing par 4. I can still remember the putt. It was 35, 40 foot downhill breaking putt that, and I hadn't putted especially well that day, but that one went in. And I think I was 2 down playing the par 3 15th hole, and won 3 out of the last 4 holes, as I remember. I know, the final hole was Duke had made par, and I won it with that birdie putt.